Greetings my friends, and welcome to a brand new campaign summary here for episode 74 of the Russia campaign. Now, it's been a while since we've been here, and as you can see here, the one glaring now addition to our empire is Venice. It fell last episode and it really has now given us a good foothold here, just to the south, as it were, of one of the real bastions here of the Prussian Empire, and that is Munich. Here we've also now brought ourselves in direct contact with our ally Spain. Here we've been a long while ally of Spain, and vice versa. As you can see, they've also carved out their own very exceptional empire here. As you can see, they've got Portugal and Madrid, which are very well defended, and as you can see, they have some wonderful. My goodness, we look at that for an army. That is an absolutely incredible army. As you can see here, there are one or two flags here that are slightly tattered, but it's disconcerting. But they do effectively control the vast majority here of North Africa. Of course, we have also brought contact here with ourselves in Egypt and Tripoli here. So we have pretty much brought ourselves in direct contact with our ally on both fronts now, west and sort of south, as it were. But we really have to bring ourselves now ready for possible conflict with Prussia. I don't think our diplomatic status with them has changed. I know they're very friendly. They're trying to keep on our good side here. Actually, pretty territorial expansion really hasn't hit them at all here. So they're quite resolute to stay as we are at the moment. Now Mughal Empire is indifferent, +4 with Mughals. We are at war with them. They've got a huge amount of resources at disposal, but as you can see here, Ceylon is not taken. Now we might just send a force down here, I think, just to give us that foothold in the subcontinent, in the Indian Ocean here. Perhaps even sending an additional fleet into the, as you can see here, where of course we've moved down to Baghdad here, and they've besieged this here, and they've also helping their allies here. I believe they're allies with the with the Persians. Indeed, they are. So Persia and ourselves have been in a battle, an unbelievable battle for a long time, for many years. You can see we've finally hemmed the Persians in here, but as you can see, they haven't given up at all. They are sending these forces in. Looks like Baghdad is their target. As you can see, we're effectively surrounded here in Baghdad, but we do have this army here, which was involved in sort of clearing this area. We're using this force to clear a number of these armies, but because they're so tight together here, they will effectively help each other. Now I know our armies are more than capable of dealing with probably these, but together that might be a little bit too much for us. We mustn't overextend ourselves here, although the Persians are losing a lot of troops. So these armies probably aren't at full strength, even though they look formidable in terms of the numbers. I imagine those numbers aren't at full strength. You can see they're still packing quite a punch though, so I don't think this army itself can really sort of dislodge all three of these. We might be able to give them a sound thrashing, but defeat them entirely, I'm not sure we can, even though we hold the upper hand here. As you can see, we have cornered Persia into Georgia. Tbilisi now is completely surrounded. They can of course escape into Azerbaijan here, but for all intents and purposes we have sealed off this front. As you can see, look at that army there, that's a wonder. So they can't move through this way here. We've sealed off the border here. We've also moved in a considerable number of armies from the Moscow region into the Don. I believe yes, we are bringing these up to full strength. They were involved in a little skirmish there beforehand, but and here, look at that army there. That's an absolute wonder. But the majority of our forces that were fighting the Persians have now indeed been moved here. We've bottlenecked them in here, but of course they've moved behind us here as well. But we're not really concerned about that because these are more than enough forces. In fact, we might dispatch an army just to rid ourselves. Let's bring that under full. We'll wait for the main episode of that, I think, just to make sure we get this. But this is more of a summary here. As you can see, I'm probably itching to get stuck into the Persians because they really have been a real thorn in our side. And now they've got, as you can see here, they've got the Mughal Empire now starting to move up forces here. Full forces here to probably try and dislodge us from Esfahan and Persia. They've also landed, look, Persians have got a force here. They've got a force here as well. And of course they've got a force here in Basra. So So the trade here, but we know the trade is going to be disrupted. We know we're going to be here for a number of years fighting the Persians, the remnants of the Persians at least, and also the Mughal allies. It looks like they're going to be start backing them up here. Now, as I said before, Prussia is not looking too bad at all. Prussia is effectively just happy with the status quo. We're happy to keep scouting them out here. We've got our spies just moving around, seeing, make sure nothing is untoward. We've got armies dotted around here that are sort of ready to strike into the Prussia just in case they decide to move against us. But to be honest with you, I can't see that happening for a long time, if at all. I think they're just happy not to go to war with us. I think they realise that we would probably give them a real beating here, because you can see Vienna and Hungary are so well dug in. The troops here are so well dug, and indeed around here, the Rauris mines. And look at these armies here. They'd be real difficult, and we've thrown a huge amount of our forces into the fighting here to take Venice. So as you can imagine, I don't think they're really keen to fight there, to be honest with you. And of course we could use the Alps then to sort of move through and hit Bavaria, and also just cross into the border here from Austria into Bavaria. We could surround Munich probably before they could even respond, to be honest with you. We might just send a force here into here, just outside the Tyrol mines here, just to let the Prussians know we're around. Of course we are well and truly covered here by our Spanish allies, who for some reason haven't brought those troops up to full strength. Of course we've also got here the Italian states here, but they're at peace with us, and we don't have any trade with them unfortunately, but we do have a fleet here in the Adriatic, just to say to them, if you just step over the mark, we can of course respond in kind. Now Britain, of course, absolutely we've got a spy here just to make sure things aren't going to, just in case the British have got any problems with us. They're friendly with us, but it's only plus 46. Excuse me, my friends, but we just hope that doesn't turn into something that it shouldn't be. Now, what they got coming in here, the Britain, 120, they got 128,000 gold. That's a huge amount of coal trade coming in from there. My goodness me, that's extraordinary. Britain really is exceptionally rich, and the reason why they're so rich, if we just take a little gander over here into the New World, look at that. They control a good portion of the Caribbean, or the main parts of the Caribbean. They effectively control a good portion of South America, all of North America, apart from a small bastion here of Cherokee nations down here. But look at that, and all of Canada. That's going to bring you a lot of income. My goodness me. And I can, these armies are tattered here. They haven't brought these up to full strength. It was a little bit an oddity, considering you've got so much money coming in. But also we've got here Newfoundland, so we've put ourselves in a good place in case, you never know with the British, they might strike against us. We've also just scouted out here with the Inuit nation just to see what they've got here. They do have some strong forces here. This would be a real brutal fight, because once they get into melee combat with you, close range, they can, my goodness me, they are absolutely ferocious fighters. They really are. See, these warriors society, they are absolutely brutal. Honestly, going hand to hand with the native Indians is extraordinarily difficult to fight them. It really is. You've got to outnumber them at least 2 to 1 to stand a chance. As you can see down here, we do control a good portion of the Caribbean is under Russian control. We've got a good amount coming in, 13,000 coming in, or going to the motherland, as it were. And we've got a very strong army here in Punda, as you can see. Look at that. And we've also got a very strong army here as well in Trinidad and Tobago. So we've got quite a powerful fleet here as well, as you can see. This is our sort of New World fleet, our Caribbean fleet. We've also got a small detachment fleet here as well, just on the outskirts here of the Leeward Islands. So again, we've got ourselves well defended here, and we've got allied, of course, with Spain here, which still controls it here. There must be a little bit of a tussle going on between Spain and Britain, if I'm not mistaken. No, there's not. Just over there at war with Prussia. So there's nothing going on here. So it's all quiet here in the New World, for now at least. And of course we've got Sweden here, another ally here, which has expanded its borders and is now growing quite well here indeed. As you can see, 53,000 coming in along this trade route here from the Baltic. I'm just intrigued to see what Sweden got. 12,000 coming into here as well for Sweden. I wonder what our portion of that makes out. There's 18,000 here. When you join the line here, we've got 53,000 coming in because we've got this trade coming in here as well from the New World. 45,000 here coming in. So when they combine, 53. Sweden got anything here? 12,000 here. Nothing coming in from here at all. No. What have they got here? Nothing at all there. But that's pretty much where we stand at the moment, my friends. We've just got, we've got a several colossal empires, mainly now Prussia, Britain, and Spain, and Mughal Empire as well. They're sort of the four main titans in this campaign. Now we're still battling Persia here. We really have been a real menace to us. No word of a lie, my friends. But look at this. This fight here is going to be absolutely brutal, absolutely brutal indeed. But that is for the following episode to come, my friends, episode 74. Hope you've enjoyed the summary, and I shall see you now, my friends, in episode 74. Greetings, and welcome to episode 74 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Russia campaign. This, my friends, how we left it last time, where, as the summary, I hope, my friends, has brought us all up to speed. We've taken Venice, as you can see here. We're now bringing all these buildings back up to full strength now, repairing and replenishing all we can here. So we've got Venice now under our control. It gives us access here just to be able to say to the Prussians, if you decide to move against us because you don't like our territorial expansion, we can move against Munich. Mind you, Munich is very well guarded here indeed. As look at that. Mind you, they haven't retrofitted these at all, so they've still got quite a number of troops that aren't really up to full stretch here. But these armies now are starting to look more substantial. But what they have is although these armies aren't at full strength in terms of what they can probably produce, they're vast. The armies that they've got is vast, but we're starting to see a number of tattered flags here. I'm not sure if you can notice this, my friends. Here, anywhere else at all. Here as well. Here. This navy here is not in the best of strength. Here, I'm not sure there's anywhere else. No, I think it could be they're just battle worn and they haven't replenished them yet. But we'll just keep an eye on that. I think we'll just keep an eye on what's going on there with the Germans, with the Prussians. I beg your pardon. Now look at this force here. We did suffer a number of casualties here, so I think we're going to need to bring that up to full strength. Again, these armies here are replenishing of our own. After the battle there, we just might move this down. I might just move him down into Rome here. He's got a long way to go around there. We won't do that just yet then. Oh, look at that. That's a very powerful force. I think we might just send, again, they probably have to go right. They have to go right. We can't do anything yet. Pretty much locked in here, aren't we? So we might pull some of these forces out here, but not yet. But let them replenish. But look at that. That's a magnificent force. But we might send these gentlemen, perhaps to the Middle East to really hit the Persians and end the Persian entrapment of Baghdad, as it were. They might send them through here, maybe use this fleet here and send it into the subcontinent and attack from the rear, as it were, or just head for Basra, land, and then move upwards and deal with those forces threatening us there in the Middle East. Now their mission is being accomplished here in Venice. Our last sort of thorn in our side here in the west has been now removed. I think we can probably free up a few of these forces here to send them to the east. As you can see here, we're still getting some problems down here. I know Esfahan is under control in Persia, but we've got these gentlemen moving up here to support. We've got an army here as well in Bandar Abbas. We've also got an army here, and we've got several armies surrounding Baghdad. We might just send a force and a fleet in here. They've got a strong fleet of their own. My goodness me, that is a very strong fleet. Fair play. So we might send a force up here as well, land, and then move in and to deal with these forces here and just absolutely clear all the Persians out. We can do that now. We've got the facilities now to do it. We've also got the resources to do it now because we've finally laid low the Venetians. The Prussians are okay with us. We've got Savoy here as well. The Spanish are okay with us because we're allies. Britain is at peace with us for the moment. I don't think actually Mughal Emperor is indifferent. We could probably get peace with the Mughals, but I don't want to do that at the moment. Everybody else doesn't like Persia, of course, and like they're hostile. Minus 287. But these are nothing we have to worry about at the moment. Genoa is hostile. But again, we're not worried about that too much. We could move against Genoa at any time, to be honest with you. We could probably just march through Spanish territory and take Genoa. We might well do that. Just to oh, look at that. That would be a huge operation here on Corsica. That would be a huge operation. Because that's a lot of troops, no matter which way you cut it, that's a lot of troops to fight. But again, I think Middle East must be our priority here at the moment. So we might just send some forces here. What we'll do, we'll end the turn, and we'll just move this fleet here closer into... Upgrading these is not really... There's not much point in upgrading these, they're not connected in any way. But we did have, I believe, here, a building that needed to be upgraded. There it is, or repaired, I beg your pardon. We'll just make sure that everything here is fully upgraded and ready to... Yes, it is indeed. Now these are damaged here, but that's fine. We knew we were going to get some after effect. We won't repair that yet. There's no point in repairing this plantation just yet. We're repairing here, and I think there's anything else here as well. Just making sure that everything we've got here stays with us. Now, if they attack into Esfahan, they're going to really suffer badly because these forces are at full strength and very, very well balanced here in terms of what they can do. They can dish out a lot of damage. We've got some wonderful generals in the area as well. But I think we can end this turn. Let's see what happens here. We've effectively cut off this massive force. They can escape through Azerbaijan, but I don't really want to send forces into Azerbaijan. If they escape and move this way, we can just move in and take it to Georgia, and then we'd have a sort of a solid front here to move against them in one sort of direction. If we can move sort of eastward, northeastwards against them here. Let's end the turn here, my friends. Let's see what this takes us. Now, I am experimenting with recording in 1440p, so this is going to be like a 2K, this could be a 2K, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything turns out okay, a 2K video here. I just want to upgrade the quality a little bit, and also maybe the sound might be a little bit better as well, but again, this is my first test of it, so I'm hoping it's going to be okay, my friends. I just wanted to up the quality of the recordings as well. Waiting for what Spain's going to do. Spain has been a staunch ally of ours. We can only hope that, yeah, it looks like they're getting a lot of force. They might move against, as you can see here, Prussia has been sort of probing into Spanish territory. There it is. Speaking of which, look at that, they've pushed them back. Now it looks like Spain might be moving against. And oh, look at that. Oh, could we see Spain move against Prussia? Look at that. Now they're going to seal off that pass. Now that's an excellent strategy there, because it gives them the ability to move against Prussia. Now what will Prussia do? Because let's be honest, if Prussia and Spain really duel it out, that's going to be a terrific fight. And we want someone in there to watch what's going on. We might send our spy down there to see what's going on there, keep an eye on that fight. Again, we're not going to get involved directly. We'll just support Spain from the sidelines, as it were. Sweden is, again, another staunch ally of ours. We have... Oh, look at that. So they tried to fight that Spanish force down there, got absolutely thrashed. Could that be the first tussle of a longer war here, where Spain might start to maybe move against France? Possibly, although I don't think they'll take it in too much of a hurry, but you never know. If Spain make a real inroads against Prussia, we might declare war against them then and take what we want. But look at that, they're starting to move their forces in here. The battle here would be extraordinary. We've sealed off the Black Sea, but I'm not sure if they'll move against us here. I don't think they can, to be honest with you, because we've got a very strong fleet there. They're pulling back, they're pulling out of here. The Persian wonder what they'll do here now, because to repair all these buildings. Yeah, they're not gonna. So they're just gonna move out of the way here. We might even build a fleet in the Black Sea to deal with them. Oh, look, any nations now. Locales, here they come. Here they come. This is why we might have to send forces, I think, to the Middle East to help out Denmark, Genoa. To help out and see what's going on there, because that really is going to be a terrific fight there. Aha. Now that's stable. I was stabilized here. That's quite nice here. -1 to morale. Marvelous. -1 to morale in battles. Yeah, that's -2 morale. He's not going to be the best, is he? Let's be honest. Admiral is not going to serve us too well here in any battles, but as you can see, we are starting to put another fleet together here. Perhaps we can use this fleet to move into the Black Sea. Let's see what they've got here. That really wouldn't. They've got some bomb catchers here. And what's this fleet here? That's probably their strongest fleet in the Black Sea here. But again, this fleet here, that's a formidable fleet there to move against. But I think we'll build up another fleet here. Give ourselves that ultimate power here in the Black Sea. We're not going to be pushed out of the Black Sea at all. Let's get ourselves some heavy first rates here. I know they're sort of cumbersome and sort of very slow, but they dish out a huge, especially against these fleets here. Our Admiral is gone. Where's our Admiral? Here. So the Admiral here is gone. Oh, that's a shame. Another Admiral it is then. Possibly one of our generals, maybe. No, a rake. Oh, that is a shame here. Keep an eye on what's going on here, but then again, we do have enough information here at the moment. We can see the movement here because of our close proximity to them. Right, let's make sure we got everything here absolutely geared up. We've got to make sure that our economy is absolutely at full capacity here because we're going to need it. Excuse me, friends there. Oh, look at that. Alexandria is now at full strength. Look at that. That's more like it. That's much more like it there. That's excellent. So our trade should have increased as well. 50,980 here. Not bad at all. 153,000. Make us over 200,000 we should have there in gold in that. But I think we're going to start transferring some more forces. I know we've got a lot here. And we're saying, well, Matt, look how many you've got here. What I don't want to do is we don't want to drag these forces into a fight. We need these at full strength or to keep them where they are. This fight here is going to be quite the fight here unless we move in here and seal off the border entirely. Which is what we might just do. What we don't want to do though is get into a fight here. We might send these forces around here. And here as well, look at that. So what we might do is take one regiment from here, I think. Add it to this. And we'll send it around here to join. We want to seal off this flank here for the Persians so they can't escape, as it were. Look at that, they've got. Let's repair these. We will deal with this eventually. I think we're going to send some more forces into the Middle East. We need to deal with this now. The Venice has been quelled. I think we can afford to do that now. Let's do this. I think it's not ready yet. We need these forces to be at full strength. They're nowhere near ready. And I want to send in some powerful units. Oh, this army's ready though. This army is more than ready. But it can't go anywhere. It's effectively trapped. So I think we'll just pull these gentlemen back here. We'll send this force to here. I think we'll take the Procor. And we'll send this force here. We'll send this force here. the Middle East. It's going to take a lot. It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a very, very long journey. We could travel here into Damascus and travel upwards here. Actually, I think we might. We can't move into here. We might just. I think we might land here. Yes, I think we'll land here and attack here, and we'll march up through Syria into Anatolia and through Armenia. It's going to be a long trek, but my goodness me, it's needed. We've got to do this because these forces are needed. We're just going to dispatch some of these forces here because we just need these additional forces to deal with this around here. So probably should have landed here, but we are where we are now. Let's just send them across the. Mind you, if we can use the roads, we could probably probably dispose of these forces here first. We'll move into the Syria here proper. We'll send this fleet back to here for the moment, and then we shall. Do we have any more armies we can use here? That's a very powerful army there. My goodness me. But I don't want to send our best armies. That, mind you, I do probably to get that experience. These are wonderful here. That's a heck of an army right there. We might do is we might detach a couple of regiments from here. So we need 3 regiments. We might detach 3 regiments here. Our 3 most experienced here and send them into this force here. And then detach another ship, the Vladislav here. We'll send this force out into here as well. I think we'll land here and here and attack here as well. Again, just if we can get that, we can quell these here in and around. I know it's quite a trek for them, but and again, we'll just send this fleet back, these ships back here, just to make sure we don't lose them or anything happens to them. We've got to keep an eye on everything we've got here. This force is not ready yet, not by a long stretch. But this force here, oh, that's a wonderful force there. We might send the. Oh, look at that, I got Russian Sargars as well. I think one more. I will send these gentlemen into this. That army is now complete. We'll use the. Let's look at Poltava. Let's have them load up onto the ship. We should also send them over to the Middle East as well. And let's just make sure that we've got ourselves. That's a good strong army group moving into here. Moving in, we've got to deal with these Persians here, otherwise Baghdad could come into threat here. That's not what we want at all. We will strike against them here. I got a feeling that sort of the Mughals probably going to do the same thing here. As you can see, they've sort of moved around here, probably because the cliffs here, they can't move through this pass here, or they're also going to strike and attack some of these towns here and villages here. And also this force will do the same thing. But again, we're going to hold our nerve here. We're not going to push anything we don't need to do just yet. Now what about in Russia, here, in Moscow here? What's this force looking like here? Not bad at all. Let's get ourselves another army here we can send down. Three cavalry, I think 4 cavalry will definitely do us. Oh, look at that, we can get household cavalry, which we'll definitely get there. My God, Garde de Cheval. No, I don't think we'll put it in that force just yet. Look at all the options you've got here, it's extraordinary. 3 cannon, 3 howitzers. Now that's a firepower with that army there. I'm going to keep these armies here. I know maybe say, man, look at all the forces you've got loitering around here. But I just want to show that show of strength there to the Prussians. I know they are very friendly with us. I know we can probably dispatch some of these forces around here to do the job for us. But I just want to show the Prussians we're not going to weaken our front line here. And I think we can probably use this force here. We can probably use this force as well down here to reinforce. We'll send this force down here. And we need some more cavalry. And we'll also send some of these gentlemen in as well. That's more like it. Look at that. That's a wonderful force there. We'll send them back to Vienna for the moment. Or we could even send them to the subcontinent even. Into Ceylon. I wonder. That might be an intriguing... we might do that. The fort. Let's send them on the fort. Just wait till the next episode then to do that, but that'll be something we can definitely do. I'm also intrigued what's going on down here. Because what was the battle that went on down here then? Quite clearly the Spanish took the fight. Look at that, not a surprise they won. Look at that force they sent there, that's extraordinary. I'm intrigued to see what's going to go on here, so we'll just keep that. I think we'll end the turn here, my friends. Let's see if a battle comes, then I will wait for the next episode for that battle. If it's a huge battle here, then we'll wait till next episode, and we'll do that on the first thing we'll do. But I'd like to try and get some more additional forces into the Middle East. I know we've got a huge amount here, and we could probably say, oh Mala, you should use these forces to strike against them, which we probably could do, to be honest with you. I think we might strike against this force here. I wonder if we can ambush them along here. Wouldn't that be an absolute boon? And if we can cut them off here. Keep that force there. We'll cut them off, I think, here. So any reinforcements coming in, we'll cut off. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. We're going to try here and cut off the reinforcements coming in. Of course, they've got all these up here as well. We need to take Baluchistan and also Afghanistan as well to do that. But look at all these forces they're sending down here. They still got a huge amount loitering around with it. Look at that there as well. So we need to take this. If we want to bring our main front line right up to the Mughal Empire, it's still a huge amount we've got to do here. And the amount of territory we've got to cover here is vast. It really is. Let's end the turn. Let's see what happens here. There's a quick beverage. Great Britain. Spain. This will be intriguing to see what Spain does here. Seeing a good amount of forces down here. Ooh, would you look at that? Now that's a clash. Now that is a clash, my friend. Looks like Spain is now going to hold the Prussians away. We could see a huge conflict here between Prussia and Spain here. A proper, full-on conflict. And they're retreating into our territory here. Because they don't have what? Yeah, something's going on. I don't know if the Prussians are going to accept that, to be honest with you. Oh, that's why. Oh, they've taken Genoa. They've taken Genoa. And they've moved against there as well, the pass. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why would we give you 66,000? Oh. So they want Karelia, and in return they'd give us Norway. No, I think we're going to keep Karelia here. We want to... No, this is part of Russia here. I don't think we do that. I hope they're not going to do anything silly by trying to force our hand here. I don't want to go against the Swedes. We've already got enough troubles as it is, but We're not going to be giving away just anything at all. We've got a good alliance, trade agreements, we've got military access, they've got access to our lands. We don't want anything city, we're just going to turn that down there. Let's hope you don't rue the day, sir. But what will Persia do here? This is the key. Persia is just... Hopefully we can deal with Persia now. If they move against us, we will... There you go. I think they're itching to get out of this sort of bottle we've cornered them in here. Probably discussing what they should do. But again, we don't mind these scholars moving around here. That's absolutely fine. Here we go, here we go. There it is, there it is. Now that's a battle and a half. That's a battle we could probably take right now if you could pick them apart. They've come up against a really strong force, including the the 64 pounder. And just to make sure everything is, we'll do this by the book here. Now the Guard Grenadiers here, they've been, look at that, they're a wonderful force, my goodness me. And we'll also have the Semenovsky Guard Grenadier Musketeers, look at that, what a force this is here. We'll just put a cannon at the bottom here, but this is a beautiful force we got here. We do have this. They're decent, but they're not at full strength by a long stretch. I think we'll take this fight. I think we'll take this fight, my friends, just to whittle down their numbers. I know I said I'd probably take the next fight, the next episode, but I was thinking if there was going to be a huge fight, they were going to send a huge amount of forces our way. That's when we would do that. That, my friends, is when we've got to do something about them. If they really send a lot, this could be sort of a probe, a reconnaissance in force to see what we would do to probably trying to weaken our forces here. But we shall not buckle. So the topography here, we've got a huge deployment zone here, but we've got this sort of small hamlet here, and look at the undulation here of the land. It is just a rolling hills here. As you can see in the distance, look at the rolling hills here. It really is a wonderful, look at that there, right in the distance. A huge town there, but we say deployment zone, it's not as big as ours, I don't believe. Oh, it is, I beg your pardon, it is. It is vastly bigger than ours. So we've got to be on the ball here. We've only got this... I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness me, that is a wonder. 64 pounders, look at that. That can do some damage. Now it's got shrapnel shot, which I would love to use because it'll just do tremendous damage. But I'd like to have an open shot here against this sort of... this house here. And that's a big house. Against this house here, it's going to... It looks more like a barracks. I think about a house here. I think we need open, so we'll move it slightly here, I think. So move the 64 pounders here. It's not every day you get to use 64 pounders, my friends. Now, what's the range? The range should just be off the scale. It really should be. Look at that. Look at all the deployment zone they got here. So they'll either come from this side or they'll come from this side. Oh, their range here for the shrapnel shot is huge, considering normally shrapnel shot is very, very short range. But what we're sacrificing in sort of here, we've got very close to the front line, so they'll be on us immediately. But luckily we've got some cavalry here of our own. We'll just have the cavalry pull back to here for the moment. There's the horse guards, look at that. That's a wonder. We'll have them on nearly here. And here as well. Now, General. Again, I have here, we're just backing onto this. Again, this small hamlet. It looks like barracks to me. I'm pretty sure it looks like a barracks almost. We've got a flagpole here. Maybe some storage huts here. I think we're definitely going to have the Grenadier regiments in the vanguard here because we're going to be hit pretty hard here. Also, look at that. We've got trenches. We'll put the 27th on the right. I think we just might move these gentlemen back a little bit here. What we don't want to do is be hitting our own troops. The general here therefore can be by here, using that sort of ridge here to protect himself. Now we've got riflemen scouts here. Now their range should be pretty... Oh, look at that. We've got some... We do have some... Just take them off here. We'll just rearrange this here so we can put the light infantry. These riflemen scouts, breech loaders, we can have them in the front of us here. Oh, we can have mines. Look at that. That's more like it. What a sight that'll be. Oh, that's a wonder. Let's make sure we've got a real solid defensive line here. I've got more light infantry here, but I think we'll have the 32nd Foot Guards here on the right. Regiment on the left. I'll have this regiment here on the left. Of course, we've got a huge amount here in each regiment. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. For the cuirassiers, we'll have another regiment here on the left to seal off this line of this flank here. No, actually, we'll put some horse, because they usually attack the flanks pretty aggressively. We'll have this regiment here as well on the right. I wonder if we can strike out against them as well using a couple of regiments. That might be... I think... Oh, we've got Fusiliers here. We don't want the Fusiliers going out there. I think we'll just add some more regiments on this flank, on this right flank. I think we're going to have some trouble on this right flank. I'd like to put some Fusiliers here just to make sure we've got some added protection. Here. It's more like it. Breech loaders here in the front. I think we'll have some more Fusiliers here on the left. Make sure we're completely covered here. Actually, let's have some stakes here. And we can probably have some stakes here as well. They can't deploy the stakes here. Probably because they're a new regiment that's arrived late. Okay, we've got... I think we'll have some reserves here. So we'll have this regiment here on this flank. Again, keeping reserves. Not going to be a bad thing, I don't think. Again, another regiment here. Then again, we could send out 3 regiments of our own assault troops here. I think on this right flank, just to push hard against them here. And also, what we'll do is have a regiment of cuirassier guards to accompany them. The rest we'll just keep in reserve, just in case they try and break through our lines here. We want to keep our forces intact as best we can, using the minimum amount of forces. Again, we'll keep these red cuirassiers just on the flank. I think we're ready to fight here, my friends. I think we are ready to fight. Indeed. Let's begin. Oh, look at that. Let's get these stakes up right now, and then we're going to move these gentlemen on the flank. Looks like, oh, they've given us an opportunity here. Move now. Let's move, lads. I'm just waiting for them to come into. Look at this. They're moving real slow here, but this here is the sort of divided their units. Oh no, that's a good location to have them. My goodness me. We might have to strike against that there. Yes, well, I think we're going to strike against that. let's bring our cuirassiers on the flank here. We've got mines ready. Stakes, please, gentlemen. Thank you. I have no idea what they're doing here. Not a clue. We want to push them, we want to sort of hem them in here and push them on the one flank. They're just shy of here. Put them on fire at will, that way then these gentlemen cross that line here. Oh, there it is. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was not. Let's make sure we fire it. Oh dear me. There's the elephants there. Can we get this cliff here? We probably could around here. And attack into this here. There go Zamandari horsemen, they'd be pretty brutal to fight against. Got some good defences there. We've got to push them to fight here. God, oh my goodness me, no, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop firing. We're going to stop firing right now. We've almost killed 80. We've killed 86 of our own men here on the Grenadier Guards. We're just going to stop firing here. What we'll do is we'll... Of course they're in position now. They can't be moved. They're so heavy they can't be moved. I think we're just going to stop. I think we're going to stop. Gentlemen, we are going to stop. That was not, I repeat, not good at all. Oh, look at that. They're gone. There's the response. There's the response we wanted here. Square. We're ready on this flank here. Oh, we want to see what goes on here. Watch this. Watch this. Oh my gosh, we're killing so many of our own men. Oh my goodness me. Let's watch this. Oh my gosh, my friends, this could be immense. Right onto the mines there. Oh, they've gone. They've buckled. I know we've killed a lot of our own men here. Oh my goodness me, that was just ridiculous. Give them a sound thrashing here. My God, look at that. I apologise to this regiment. I apologise to this regiment in particular here, 24th. Should not have happened, but these 64 pounders are probably good in some instances, but give me a howitzer any day. Got them. We've got them. Let's take them. Let's deal with these. Thank you, gentlemen. Yes. Look at that. They've completely smashed here, sir. Get in there, lads. We've broken them. We've completely broken the Persians. They don't have any spirit left, any fight left. Look at that. These defences, they're a wonder, these defences. Look at that. Let's put an end to these. Let's put an end to these regiments, sir. Come on, we need them shattered. We'll continue here. Let's do as much damage as we possibly can here. Let's get the bowman. That's it. That's more like it, lads. Well done. Let's go after these gentlemen here. Move them off the levy a bit better. For some reason they're not really going after those at all. Let's see if these gentlemen have any more. Ah, that's why, because they're spread out. Yes, ride them down, lads. Got them. I see they're divided up so that. Yes, that's it. All crosshair guards. They're only broken. We need them shattered, please, gentlemen. Thank you. That's more like it. They've gone. Oh, that, my friends, was a fight. That was a wonder. Come on, before they escape. close victory. That's more like it, look at that. They still got away with quite a considerable amount here, but look at, oh my goodness me, look at me lost. We killed 300 of our own men. That's a scandal. 64 pounder. I think I'll just lay that off a little bit there. Look at that, killed 11, but most of them are our own. 141 the Cuirassiers, what a wonder, look at that. Oh, look at that, they did the rifleman scout, they did really well. That's excellent. That was a good little first little skirmish there. I don't think it's going to be the last. Ah, this is the other one. Look at that. They're going to try and break this line here. But I think we'll have this fight next episode, my friends. As you can see here, they're going to try and break this line here and try and escape. But I don't mind if they send their forces one at a time. That's absolutely fine by me. This force did a wonderful job. This will be probably used differently next time. The range is 1,000. We can probably set it way back out of the way. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. As always, thank you for your wonderful advice, your wonderful comments, your very kind words as well, my friends. If you've got any advice, any strategies we should use here now at the moment, should we push in and take Persia, or should we just let them do this piecemeal, break their armies down bit at a time, move into Georgia, and then eventually just swarm through them, and then move all our troops up and take Persia out entirely, move up to the border then of the Mughal Empire? That's going to be a terrific fight, it really is, my friends. But hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, my friends, please be safe whatever you're doing. But until next time, bye for now.